What it do, everybody? Welcome to Gangsta Geek. My name is Sir Antonio Panthro Russo. I am an actor, singer, rapper, wizard, literally. Now, before on my channel, well, first of all, it had a different name. Second of all, it really wasn't living up to the expectations that I wanted, mostly because I couldn't focus on just the right things. So I decided what I was gonna do. Spread myself out even thinner. My channel is now not only gonna have the music videos, commercials, skits, short films like before, but it's also gonna have insight into movies, trailers, fandoms, big things that are out right now. For example, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Star Wars, Pixar, pretty much anything big fandom, I'm gonna try to be covering it. Obviously, there's some fandoms that I can't cover because there's like a jillion, but I'm gonna cover most of the really cool ones. The thing is, I have a vast amount of knowledge about a lot of different things. A lot of useless information that I kind of find cool. And I'm gonna play some really cool games with you guys. Well, at least I think they're cool. We're gonna do some casting, battle brackets, superheroes, hip-hop musicals, things that you may have never seen before. So that, as well as your traditional theories and diving into everything like that. So that being said, I could talk to you all day about what it's gonna be like, but I think it'd probably be best if I were to show you. So without further ado, I will show you the new, improved Gangsta Geek channel. So I thought maybe to get it started and to get everybody into it, I was gonna give you a quick top 10 of 2018's my favorites. This will all make more sense to you in a second. Best Game of Thrones episode. Episode 4, Spoils of War. Now, in my opinion, Spoils of War was the most foreshadowing for the future. For example, we saw Tyrion doesn't like seeing his family's men burned alive, even if he hated this family his whole life. He doesn't like seeing all the men he grew up with just dying. It's not cool. And when he sees his brother, the Kingslayer, Jaime Lannister, running head towards the dragon, you can tell he really doesn't want to go along with it and that he may be switching sides eventually. We saw Jaime see a partial bit of the Targaryen forces. The dragon came swooping in, destroyed everything, Field of Fire 2.0, wish we would have got that name, and it was incredible. Drogon took everything in its path. We got to see Bronn be a hero, which continues his small story arc, even if it's a little twisted and convoluted. We get to see the real reunion of the Stark siblings, and how they've all been on these crazy, different, powerful journeys for each of them, whether it be psychedelic, Three-Eye Raven, I know everything powers, or Sansa's new sternness and her cunning leadership ability that she's learned, or Arya Stark's assassin journey, which, yo, by the way, when she started fighting Brienne, and I know it was sparring, but when she started fighting Brienne, and you just started going ting 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 ting, Brienne was like, oh shit, bam bam bam. When you saw them fight, you knew that they were finally on each other's sides. These two strong women fighters are gonna be here for the North, and they're gonna make sure that, you know, that the pack survives. You get to see the Dothraki whooping ass, which is dope. They are just beasts in war, and up until now, we really haven't gotten a true visual of what the Dothraki can do in battle. We've seen some one-on-one fights and some little battles, but we haven't really seen a full-on war, and I think we're gonna get to see some of that in the next season. Though there's also definitely a chance the White Walkers are gonna come up. Maybe they can't stand the cold, and that changes everything because the different climates will definitely mess with you. We see Jon take Daenerys into that cave, and when he takes her into the cave, she's finally able to look around and see everything. And that's when you really know that she's there to join the battle. That's when you know that, yeah, whatever she says, as long as you bend the knee, whatever, we know she's gonna join the battle from that point. Whatever it takes for Jon to do, we know it's gonna happen. And we also, you know, get a little vibe that they're gonna hook up eventually, which does happen later in that season. Because, you know, Jon Snow, Ygritte, caves. Sounds like someone's getting 6 inches of snow tonight, if you know what I mean. You know, we saw that even though the Tyrells were gone, that there will always be repercussions to continue in this world. This is what the title of the episode meant, Spoils of War. All in all, I thought it was a great episode. Should have been called Field of Fire 2.0. But hey, it is what it is. I personally loved the episode. I loved all the episodes. I'm a fanboy for Game of Thrones. I always will be. So I know nothing and I smoke and I know things. So, next one. Best Disney movie of the year. Now when I say best Disney movie, I'm really cutting it short. I'm taking out all Marvel because Marvel had a really big year this year. And they'll be getting their own subcategory. That being said, Ralph Breaks the Internet. The reason that this movie is so great is because of the nostalgia. Everything in this movie is literally just nostalgia being thrown at your face, second after second after second. And if you consider the fact that everyone loved the first Wreck-It Ralph, Vanellope, Fix-It Felix, so obviously I'm a huge fan of Disney since I was born and raised. You know that little list that goes around on the internet about, have you seen all these Disney movies? I've either seen all of them or I haven't seen 3. I love the princesses. It sucked that they gave us most of the stuff about the princesses in the trailer beforehand, but I still loved getting to see them. I still liked getting to see those scenes extended. I liked the end fight scene where they all did that dope stuff, helped save Ralph and Vanellope. I thought it was all really great. I love that they had a cameo for Stan Lee, R.I.P. I love seeing Iron Man fly above. I love seeing Nick from Zootopia walking. I love seeing Groot go, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. I am Groot. We are Groot. Because of that and the intense, actually really good storyline they had about Vanellope and Ralph having to find a way to keep Vanellope's game alive, but it shows how much Ralph really cared about being her best friend, about being her hero, and I'm a sucker for a good hero movie. They really went on a big adventure. They took a leap of faith in trusting that they'd be able to get back from the internet, which was uncharted territory, and it was a really good movie. But my top movie was Infinity War, and Infinity War might be my favorite movie of all time. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, and a lot of people do. The reason that I think so is because personally, I've been waiting for Infinity War for 10 years. I watched Marvel when it first came out with Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, blobbity bloobity blobbity blue, everything. And I liked every single Marvel movie. I'm a huge Marvel fan, and if you think the DC movies of late have been better, then I will dress like Thanos and you can dress like Darkseid, and we'll see how it goes down. I love Thanos. I think he's the best anti-villain since Darth Vader. Oh, and the snap, plus the Stan Lee cameo. Haven't you kids seen an alien ship before? It's great stuff. If you can't write that, or I guess you can. I don't write any of this stuff. This is all off the top. Except I wrote down a list of the different things I was going to talk about, but no details or anything like that. All in all, I was waiting for the movie for 10 years, didn't disappoint. Every character, for the most part, really got a full storyline, at least something that made sense for the context of the movie. And the best thing is, it's not even the last one. We got Endgame coming out soon. So I really loved Infinity War, and I think it set us up for so much more to happen in Marvel, and I can't wait. And this isn't really a fun topic, but it's something I'd like to talk about. There were a lot of really important people this year that died, some politicians, some world activists, some real humanitarians and philanthropists. And then there were also some celebrities that died that brought a lot of joy into our life. Vern Troyer passing away, he did a lot for little people. Been making Austin Powers 4 without him. I'm so excited, but I don't know if I'll be able to take it without Mini-Me. There better be a big funeral in it. But the biggest death that hit me was Stan Lee. And every fanboy and fangirl out there can say that. But he did an amazing thing for the world of science fiction, for the world of fantasy, for the world of storytelling, for the world of character development with his legacy and the great things that he's left behind for us. And we can continue in our world of fantasy and exploring our imaginations. Now, I might be kind of cheating because I haven't actually seen this park, but I'd have to say Toy Story Land. Now, I live in California, so I've really only seen all the California parks as of late. I usually have a pass to every theme park. I love theme parks, and I'll go into my differences between theme parks and amusement parks in another video. And Toy Story was one of my favorite movies growing up. I had every Toy Story toy when I was little. I even made my own Mr. Potato Head out of potato because he was the last one that I didn't have. And I had to hide him in the cupboard as he slowly smelt bad, and my dad would throw him away. And I just keep making more and more Mr. Potato Heads. You know, I wrote my name on the bottom of all of their feet. I carried them with me everywhere. I dressed like Woody almost every day to school, and a lot of kids made fun of me for it and thought I was the biggest loser on earth. Well, look at me now. And honestly, I know that we just got Pixar Pier, and Pixar Pier is incredible because of everything they have there. And it looks incredible. Toy Story Land is still better. Sorry. The best album of the year. easily has to go to Cardi B. Now, I'm not the biggest Cardi B fan in the world, but I'll say this. She kills her lyrics. She kills her delivery. She's a very attractive woman. She has great stage presence, and she stands up for what she believes in. She may be a little crazy. She may not always give the most literate interviews, but she's a great entertainer, and her album had hit after hit after hit, and Cardi B is pretty much a household name now. So if you're gonna try to tell me that anybody else's album did more for their career, you're wrong. The truth is, nobody's album did more for their career than Cardi B's album because it put her on the map in a big way. So there were actually quite a few rap beefs this year. Some things got redug up between Ye and Drake, and Nicki and Cardi, though I wish more of it was in music and not on Twitter. I hate how everyone's Twitter beefing. Real rappers battle. And that's why I was so happy. MGK versus Eminem. And you know, this just made me so happy for so many reasons. As a fan of lyrical rap, as a fan of battle rap, as a fan of Eminem, it was great to see this. I've been wanting to see Eminem rip people to shreds for years. And you know, he wouldn't because he was afraid of their popularity, even though we all know that lyrically he's like the best. And that's why it was so great to see MGK, who is a somebody, but compared to Eminem is a nobody, actually come at the living king of rap. They're both white boys, which was a really cool thing because you got to see Eminem prove that he really is the top white boy out there. MGK, he came at Eminem exactly how he should, and everyone thought, damn, this boy murdered M. But not everybody thought that. Some people were just like waiting in the sidelines like, yo, just wait for M to reply, wait for M to reply. And I was kind of on the latter. The thing is, when Eminem replied, it was dope. Now the thing is, I do think that Eminem killed him on that track. I do believe that it was a great rebuttal. However, I believe that if MGK would have came back with something, they could have kept the beef going longer, and that would have been great for the spirit of hip-hop and the sport of battle rapping. And I was just a little disappointed that it didn't last a little longer. We know Eminem would have won in the end. Who can beat Eminem? Mariah Carey tried. I mean, if Mariah Carey can't beat him, no. But yeah, I thought it was a great rap battle, and I hope to see more rap battles in the future. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have seen The Good Place, but The Good Place is fan-forking-tastic. Like, holy shirt balls amazing. Son of a beach, why are you so good? And if you watch the show, you'll totally get what's happening right now. Guess I'm in the good place because I was so good. Although I guess I could be in the bad place because technically the bad place is where they still were. Sabrina. Now, originally when Sabrina came out, I was like, whoa, hashtag not my Sabrina, hashtag not my Salem, because, you know, there's Riverdale. And I understand some people love Riverdale, but it just took such a different direction from the original Archie and Jughead and Veronica and Betty and all of those classic comics that people really grew to love and their lightheartedness and fun jokes, and just morphed it and turned it into this evil murder, suspicion. It took the soul out of it and sucked it away like a Dementor. And I'm not okay with that. Hashtag not my Riverdale. Hashtag not my Jughead. Not saying anything against the actors or anybody. It's not for me. I thought it was wrong and rude. But then Sabrina came out. Same universe. And I love a connected universe. Same universe, same kind of darker feel. And like I said, I wasn't excited for it at first. And then I watched the first episode and I was hooked. And it was just great. It was dark, but it was still magical. And it had this great feeling. I love the actress that's playing Sabrina. She's doing a great job, and I think that the new spin is actually really working for this. And Salem's cool and all with his weird spirit that came in a form of a cat and all, but hashtag still not my Salem. But all in all, I'd still have to say it's the best new series of the year. Now this one might be cheating a little bit because technically this star isn't new. He's been around for quite a few years now, but he's still very, very young. Some of you may know him as Donald Glover, and some of you may know him as Childish Gambino. Some of you might not know him at all. That's totally fair. Now he is what I would call a raptor slash actor. That doesn't mean you can't do other things as well, it just means that you're most known for your rapping and your acting. A raptor. Other famous raptors are Drake, as I said before, Will Smith, Ice Cube, Ice-T, Vanilla Ice, etc. He was on a hit show called Community for a while, which is great. He also started a hit show called Atlanta. He was in Mystery Team, 30 Rock, a Magic Mike sequel, The Lazarus Effect. He does stand-up also. The Martian, Spider-Man Homecoming, where he played Miles Morales' uncle, since everyone on the internet wanted him to play Miles Morales, but he got a little too old. He played Lando Calrissian in the Star Wars Han Solo prequel. And he's about to be Simba in The Lion King. I mean, he's Simba. And if we don't get a rap version of I Just Can't Wait to Be King, I swear I will lose my lid. Because he can sing as well, so it's going to be great. He can act, he can sing, he can rap. He's going to kill it as Simba. I really, truly believe that. And I'm excited for the whole thing. I really like everyone, except for the guy playing Timon. Nothing personal, I just don't like his face or his voice. Which I'm sure a lot of people think about me too as well. So, what can you do? And all in all, Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, is on the rise to become one of the most successful rappers since Blue. My first episode of Gangsta Geeks. I thank you all. I couldn't have done it without you. I plan to have a lot more videos like this, a lot more top 10s, some theories. I want to go really into depth about some of the things I was speaking about. I really try to keep this video short, even though it may have gone over a little longer than I liked. Either way, I'm really glad you guys tuned in. I hope you liked it. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree with what I thought? What kind of videos would you like to see me do? I'm going to be doing live streams. I'm going to be doing things as interactive as I can. If you're a YouTuber or an aspiring YouTuber and you want to collaborate with me, I would love to do that as well. I'm really just doing this for my love of fandoms, for my love of everything geeky and gangsta. And I really hope you're all ready to take this ride with me. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's not stopping anytime soon. So this was my first video, y'all. I hope you liked it. My name is Sir Antonio Panthro Russo, and this was Gangsta Geek. All right.